You did it. You did it. I have such a bee in my bonnet to give this message today. I feel like I wanted to like run and give this message before it all just leaves me, because it landed and it came through so fast. And I'm wrote down everything that I could, and hopefully we're going to be able to rewind, slow down, and go through it all a little bit together. I'm feeling like you just took a leap of faith into the arms of failure. Like you specifically did something that was absolutely terrifying to you. You like took a chance. My camera's on an angle. I don't know how to fix it. We're gonna roll with it. Okay, where do I even begin with this? It's like you did something that you were absolutely not sure how it was going to land, and you almost didn't do it. It's like you almost didn't post that video that's like gonna blow up, you know, your channel or whatever, or like you almost didn't like have that conversation with someone that needed to be had, you know, or you almost didn't like speak your mind in a situation where you would normally like hold your tongue, but you actually like felt the fear and did it anyway. You actually did something that was utterly and completely terrifying to you, and you somehow managed to like disarm the demon of fear that was living within you. You somehow managed to like, it's like, yeah, it's like disarming a bomb. It's like something that was going to explode and you were just like, nope, and just like disconnected the wire, and suddenly the bomb wasn't going to explode. The fear had no more power over you. You were like, I'm just going to do it anyway. And like, it's like fear was standing there looking at you completely shocked, like, what the heck? Normally I control this person. Normally they're under my spell. How did they just get away from me like that? How did they just break away from me? I'm seeing the devil card in my mind the way that they have like usually in the original, well, the Rider Waite one, with the chains that they have around their necks that are just easily removable. And so like the devil card represents like this sort of like addiction, or this, you know, this demon that has a hold on you that you have the power to break away from, but you just don't realize that you have the power to break away from it. And something about it is like those characters, as soon as they step into their sovereignty, as soon as they realize, oh, I can just take this off and like be on my merry way. And like, you did that. You freaking did that. This is blowing my mind. Nobody does this. Nobody does this. This is like 0.001% of people that have this ability to do this. You have like, damn, you have leveled up to some sort of way where I almost feel like you are now like actively seeking out failure. It's like you went from a space of like living small, keeping yourself safe, like maybe anxiety, maybe like controlling, maybe very like in your routine, or like things have to be a certain way for you to feel safe, secure. Butterfly just flew across. That's my confirmation signal. So if you were keeping yourself small, it's like, oh, I don't know how you've done this, but like something inside you has just realized your power. It's not even that like you have gotten more powerful, it's that you've realized the birthright of power that you had all along. And I'm just really struggling to articulate it because it's such a mind-blowing concept. It's like you've realized the secret that's in plain sight to everyone. It's like you've woken up from the Matrix. The butterfly just flew back across again. It's like you're literally going through and you can see the numbers of the matrix around you. You can see the nature of the reality and the world around you. Not that you're actually seeing numbers, but you're just seeing the world through this really fresh, empowered, new perspective in a way that you feel quite literally limitless. You feel indestructible. You feel like you can do no wrong. And for that reason, it's like, it's not this reckless energy, but it's an energy of like, you know, that movie Limitless, where he's like, you know, like it's almost like your DNA just got this like upgrade and you just can't go back. You just can't go back to the way you were before. You can't see things the way that you saw them before, now that you've realized that the chains are yours to take off, that you don't need to ask anybody else's permission or like wait for someone to save you or wait for situations to be favorable or like wait in general for anything at all, that you in this moment have ultimate power and say over yourself, over your life, over your thoughts. I think I need to calm down for a second because I'm definitely getting myself worked up, but this is huge. This is a massive, massive breakthrough in the best possible way. I can't even barely read my writing. I've written down some like scribbles here. I was writing so fast. Permission is something really important. I feel like you are practicing inconveniencing others. This is like, why does this feel a little bit spicy for you? Why does this feel a little bit like you're in your rebel era? It's like you're in your villain era, but like the villain version of you is the version who is just fully empowered. There's no evil bone in your body. There's no bad intention in you at all. It's just purely the era of like, ooh, actually, I can do what I want. Actually, I can say, I'm going to like go over here and do this for a few minutes, even though people expect me to be at the party on time. I'm going to be like, no, I'll be there half an hour late. I need 30 minutes to chill. I need 30 minutes for me. Or just like not even giving an explanation, just being like, I need 30 minutes. I'll see you then. It's like you've suddenly woken up to like, it's like you've made new rules for your life. It's like you're like, oh, actually, like, there is no one watching me. You know, there's nobody else that's in charge of my life. There's nobody that I need to ask permission. Like in Irish, in school, we would say, An bhfuil cead agam dul go dtéann leithreas. That's a phrase that every Irish child has drilled into their brains, which means, do I have permission to go to the bathroom? You had to ask permission to go to the toilet in primary school. And for some reason they made us say it in Irish. But anyway, it's that kind of idea of like, you've had this way of living your whole life where you felt this like, this sneaky sort of little impression that like, am I allowed to be doing this? And like, you're always like looking over your shoulder in a way. Like my nose always gets itchy when I'm chatting. I don't know why. I hope I can get some other sort of thing other than an itchy nose going forward. But for now, we've got nose itches. But where was I? Asking permission. So you are now in your era of like practicing inconveniencing people. And it's not for the sake of like, you're going out of your way to inconvenience people, but it's more to the point where you're like prioritizing you and your needs like head and shoulders above what other people need and require of you, and realizing that you can actually only show up in your fullest energy as your best self when you are doing that. Like you're doing it from a place of self-love. You're doing it from a place of also being able to serve others, because I have a strong feeling that you just have so much respect and love and gratitude for the people in your life, for the people that matter to you, and just sort of like for people in general. Like as a whole, you have this very respectful, like almost reverent quality to you, where you understand the impact that your actions have on other people. And this is why it like can be that borderline people pleaser, where you understand what people expect of you and you feel like you need to hold yourself to that standard of showing up in, you know, like your best way, or like, you know, giving to people. And that's how it can kind of borderline to the like depleting yourself for the fact of serving others, because it gives you so much pleasure to serve others. It brings you so much fulfillment to like to give. You are just a natural giver, and now you're learning to like give to yourself, and that is actually the most important skill that you can learn. This is like the peak of your evolution at this point. I feel like you're honestly at your most powerful point that you've ever been in, and it's because you are reasserting yourself, your dominance over yourself in a way. I don't want to say that in a way that's like because I don't think it's like a power over, it's more like just an embodiment of power. You know your power, you're standing in your power, and you're starting to realize that it's actually okay for other people to be inconvenienced when like your priority is you. This is not to the point where you're like selfish or you're like saying no to everyone, you're not giving anyone anything. No, I know that if you're listening to this message, you're going to get exactly what I mean. It's just that you're rebalancing yourself. You're stepping away from overgiving, overdoing, people pleasing, and even like people might not have even put those expectations on you or have asked you for those things, but you're just presuming that that's what they want from you. And in asserting your boundaries, in asserting yourself as like the person who also has needs and like is an incredibly important person in this world who deserves to take up space and who deserves to treat themselves with love, kindness, respect, the same love, kindness, respect that you just automatically offer to other people. It's like you're just learning now, after all this time, finally, you are learning to do that for you. And that is so beautiful. And I just celebrate you so hard. I celebrate you so hard at this point. Like, snaps. Snaps for you. Snaps for you, because what the heck, most people do not do this. They go through their life, you know, like bowing down to the expectations of others, feeling resentment, and then acting out of resentment, feeding the wrong wolf that's inside of them because they don't feel like they have any power to do anything. They feel like the only way that they can get what they want is through like manipulation, being sneaky, like over-giving to someone and then maybe they'll give back to me someday. And like possibly you've even fallen victim to some of these mindsets as well. But some way, somehow you have managed to break yourself free from the matrix and you're just free, babe. You are freaky is what I'm hearing. You're free and freaky. Like you are just, I'm hearing your mind is levitating. You've gained sovereignty over your mind. You are understanding now that everything, the way that you show up in the world is all stemming from the inner work. Like you've been doing the inner work for so long to feel better, to get away from your demons, to like improve your mindset. And like, I feel like at the start of your journey, it was probably quite a deep and dark place that you started from. And that is very often the case for us on like, sort of like an ascension journey, a spiritual journey, a mental health journey, anything like that. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes, like sometimes you have to start at the ashes. Sometimes you have to burn and you have to be at like your lowest point, your most depressed, your most anxious, your most controlling, your most rageful, I heard. Sometimes you have to hit those walls. Damn. I've been there too. Sometimes you have to hit those parts, those inner parts of yourself to really realize I need to go in a different trajectory. I need to go in a different direction. I need to not feel this way anymore. Butterfly flew past. I need to feel better or whatever the case may be. And so, you know, started from the bottom. Now we here. I wrote down magic, conduit, plugged in. So it's kind of like plugged in and plugged out in a way, you know, like not plugged in as in plugged into the matrix. You're plugged out from the matrix and you redirected your plug to plug yourself into source. Like you are pure magic right now. There is magic flowing through you. You are absolutely limitless. You've just honestly emancipated yourself from mental slavery. Like, let that one sink in. You have emancipated yourself from mental slavery. Most people live through this world as slaves to their mental realm, not realizing that they are the sovereign of the realm. And if you saw one of my last videos, I was channeling that as well, the sovereign of the realm. I kept hearing that over and over again. This is huge. This is huge, and I'm basically just here to give you confirmation. to celebrate you, to give you your flowers. Like, wow, I'm so proud of you. This is not just anybody who can do this. If you're watching this video right now, you are one prime specimen. Why did I hear prime specimen? Oh, okay, moving on. Yeah, you took a leap of faith into failure, and what I heard was you're craving exposure to life. It's like you just ripped off the band-aid. It's like you faced like one of your deepest fears. It's like you exposed yourself, not like that, but like you made yourself vulnerable in a way, or like you took a chance in a way that felt exposing and vulnerable to you. And you were just like, F it, I'm gonna do it. And you just did it. And then you realized in that moment how much power resided within you and how much you were holding yourself back through false fears, basically. And so this is just sort of the beginning for you. Like, I'm seeing the Fool in my mind's eye from tarot. This is the beginning of such an epic journey. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for all of us. I'm including myself in this collective as well right now. Yeah, I feel like if we're connecting, if I've drawn you in, it's because we're on that same vibe. We're on that same frequency. And oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for what we're going to create together, because I feel like, yeah, magic again, just magic. Oh, there's a little side message here about making things tangible to create space for wisdom. And I will save that for another message, because honestly, that is going to be another one, a big one, which has been coming through again since for definitely a few weeks, if not a few months. So I need to do a proper actual message on that one too. But just marinate on that. Think about it, okay? Make things tangible in order to create space for wisdom. Have a think about that, and I'll expand on it in one of my later messages. Damn, I need a drink. I'm drinking hibiscus pink lemonade with this cool little guy. He's like a little, what is he, a magician? I love all the little symbols and the symbolism on this. How cool is that? Oh, he's got little cards. Epic. Okay, I need a drink, and then I'm going to pull one card, and then we're going to say ta-ra. I'm so proud of you. Wow. Whoop. Hi, babies. Okay, let's see. Do you have a message for this incredible, fearless collective that is watching? Any final message? Give us something juicy. Ooh. Oh, no way did this card come out. This is my number, 37. I got this card. I pulled this card for the first time since I've had this deck yesterday, and I love that it's coming out again now. So it's number 37, abalone, Neptune, gold, and platinum, and the words on it are magical, freedom, and ceremony, which whenever it first came out, I read it as magical freedom ceremony, and I was like, do I need to do a magical freedom ceremony? Oh my god, freedom! I didn't even think about that. Exactly. This is like, I was talking about the magic, I was talking about the freedom. Ceremony is probably quite going to be the thing that's going to ground this experience to you. Oh my god, the itchy nose is real, guys. I don't know. It doesn't happen other than when I'm doing these messages. Ceremony. I think the ceremony part of this, because the magic is happening, it's flowing, you've kind of tuned into that. The freedom is here, and I think because of the magical essence, the freedom essence, the importance of ritual, the importance of ceremony is in retaining that connection to reverence and respect that I referenced earlier in the video. I am a radiant being of pure energy, sound, vibration, and light. I revel in and receive joy in the magic of celebration and ceremony. I experience freedom in the dance of life. Be inspired as you set up an altar or a precious sacred space. Perhaps you light a candle, use an essential oil, or place flowers or your favorite crystal or totem near you. Allow the frequencies to awaken your imagination, evoke images of innocence and all that is magical, of possibilities, of good that triumphs over evil, of fairy tales, unicorns, dragons, and happy endings. This card is out the wazoo. I have been so high on this whole message, and like I love that it's ending on ceremony. I love that it's ending on a note of like, remember to stay grounded, remember to stay connected to your like, yeah, your most reverent and grounded essence. Remember to like not get carried away with everything. It's not just like airy fairy and like, oh, everything's magical, everything's free. Like, you are still a human being moving through the world, interacting with other humans, having family responsibilities, having like financial responsibilities. This is like the Saturn aspect that's coming through, even though we have, looks like Neptune here. But there's that aspect of, how can you ground this magic? How can you allow it to sit in your vessel, flow through your vessel, and feel like you're not getting completely, you know, just like swept up in the current, even though that's fun too sometimes as well. Ceremony will mean something different to everybody here. Could be like a meal with people you love, or it could be like having your meditation practice, could be lighting a candle on your altar, it could be anything, could be having a bath, a little walk in nature or a forest or something. The ceremonial aspect, and especially something that is repeatable, like a daily practice, a simple daily yoga practice, something like that, or simple meals, intention with your meals. The ceremony is so important for grounding and for providing continuity and keeping you in touch as you expand, as you welcome more magic in, and as you have freedom. Because with your freedom, you also need to know, like, yeah, where is this freedom coming from? Where is it going to? What's it for? And I think the ceremony is the grounding, like, counterpart that keeps that balanced. I hope that makes sense. Woo, that's the message. Oh my God. That was so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, because wow, that was a rush. Okay, I'm gonna go eat something, get myself ceremonially grounded, and I'm so excited. Okay, I'll blessings be. I will see you so shortly in my next one.